welcome to the 2017 Holiday Card Series, Day 1. We're going to be using the Altenew halftone stars and the holiday script word dies. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm working with some Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. And I went ahead and grabbed some of the stars out of this beautiful halftone star set. I absolutely love any of the halftone stamp sets that Altenew have come out with. I have the circles, I have the hearts, and now I have the lovely stars. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cute arrangement on my paper and get that in place. Now you guys know I love making backgrounds. That is just like my thing. I love doing it. I'll go ahead and link right up here to the top a playlist of all the backgrounds I've made for cards. So this is going to be such a fun way to use these halftone stars. I'm also going to be using some pretty Altenew ink today. This color here is like a bluey green. It's very pretty. It's like a super light teal. And I'm going to be grabbing two colors. Now what's so great using these halftone stamps is that they have a lot of texture to them. So they end up stamping very detailed. So with using the two ink colors, it's actually going to be so pretty because I'm going to get like a nice super textural blend. So I'm going to go ahead and close my MISTI lid, go ahead and give that a good press to get my color down onto my cardstock. And then once I lift, look at all that beautiful texture. I absolutely love it. So now I'm going to grab some of the smaller stars in this stamp set. Now what I love about this stamp set is that you're going to get solid stars as well as textural stars. So on this here, instead of having two of the inks on the solid stars, I'm going to use just a solid color. So I've grabbed some of the larger of the solid stars and I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of those spaces. Now you're going to get a great assortment of sizes in the textural sizes as well as the smaller ones. So I'm using two of the colors as I did with the textural stars here for my background solids as well. So I'm going to now grab the tiny small one and go ahead and stamp that too. Just remember, anytime you're stamping to make a background, you want to make sure that your image also goes off of the paper as well, because if this was a designer piece of paper you will be purchasing, that design as well will be running off of the paper. So just make sure you do that as well, just to keep your paper cohesive and it looks like it's actually almost store-bought. So there you go. I'm going to stop right there and now I'm going to bring in some more ink. So I wanted an outline star and I didn't have one, so I grabbed my Hero Arch Joy to the World, and that one has just a line stamp set. I'm also going to be using two more colors from Altenew and two gorgeous red colors. And this is another great way to keep my star themed going, but also incorporating in a nice fun pop of color with the red. Now, this can totally be a holiday card. This can totally be a celebration card. This could be a birthday card. This could be your rock star card. This is what I love about using, or rather making your own background. You can make it anything you want. So as you can see here, I'm just continuously filling in some of those background, some of that background area. And I'm doing in clusters of 2 and clusters of 3. Now, if you didn't want to keep going with the star theme, you could have did polka dots. You could have did hearts if you wanted to. You could have did splatter. Totally up to you. All right, so now that part is done. The card panel is done. Now I'm going to take my red ink color because I don't have cardstock to match this. So I'm going to take my red little cube and I'm just going to go ahead and drag it across some cardstock. just because I want to make my sentiment match. So I'm going to run that across, let it soak into my paper really well, and now I'm going to take my die, and this says wishes, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Now I went ahead and I cut some out in white, and I also cut one of those out in red. And I'm going to go ahead and stack these on top of each other because I want my sentiment to have some depth to it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my multi-matte medium, and I'm going to go ahead and stack my words right on top of each other because this is a very delicate die and I want it to have some oomph to it so it stands up really nice and well. So I'm going to add that last wishes right on top. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful sentiment? Absolutely gorgeous. Next, I'm going to come in with a wonky die and that same wishes sentiment. And I'm going to cut that right into that beautiful stars background. I'm going to grab me some MICROPORE tape just to make sure that this does not shift because I want that wishes sentiment to stay exactly in the middle. I don't want it to shift at all. And I also want to make sure that my wonky little die does not shift as well. So I'm also going to use some of that MICROPORE tape to make sure that stays in place as well. Now you can use washi tape on this or any kind of low tack tape. You want to make sure it's low tack so it does not rip your paper when you go to pull that tape off. So I'm going to run this over to my die cut machine. Now that's all cut out and I'm putting this on a piece of Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. Now that is for my card base, and I also made sure to add a little bit of glue or multi-matte medium right behind those words. So now I'm also going to take that multi-matte medium and run it right through the wishes that's cut out into my card panel. Now I adhered my card panel down with just some regular adhesive, and then right behind those little areas that were cut out, I just made sure to put down a little bit of the multi-matte medium so those little tiny pieces would hold down as well. So now all I have to do is slip in my beefed up little die cut right into those grooves that were cut out into the card panel. Now I'm going to set that in there and let it sit for a while. Now it comes to just decorating. I decided at first I was going to do some green sequins, and then I was like, nope, too much green. It's a little bit of an overkill. So I just wanted to add a little bit of the pops of red. So I'm not going to do the tealy green sequence. I just want to add 3 of the red, tiny sequence. So I'm just going to use my multi-matte medium just to pop those in place. And they kind of look like berries to me, just a little bit. So I'm going to put that one down, and I'm going to use my pick stick to kind of press that into my multi-matte medium. And then I can pop that last one into place. And we are going to be done with card number 1 for this year's card series. All right, here is the card totally done. I will see you guys back for the next card in our card series. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.